into it. So, first thing I want to talk about is back to school. So, school is starting up soon for a lot of kids. Some kids have already gone to school. Their school year started. Some school years do start in August, I should say. And some kids are starting up college and everything. And the rest, I think, will be after Labor Day. So, really quickly, I want to say those of you who are going back to school or are heading to school for the first time, we have a lot of kids going to school for the first time, either preschool or kindergarten. I just want to say good luck to each and every one of you, and do well this year, this semester, what have you. And you're going to do great things, believe it, and achieve it. And I want to see your progress. I want to see how good you guys are doing, and wishing all the best for you this school year. Be safe, be productive, and finish strong. Make this a really good school year. And sometimes things may not work out the way they intended when it comes to school and everything, but hopefully you have the resiliency to bounce back and make this school year a great school year. And I believe you can do it. You can do it. Trust me. The next thing I want to talk about is the end of an era. NXT UK is ending, and in its stead, NXT Europe will be established. NXT Europe is being established around 2023, so around next year. Meanwhile, NXT UK is coming to an end. They're going to unify the titles coming up at Worlds Collide on NXT 2.0. That's why a lot of the NXT UK Superstars jump ship. A few of them were released. From NXT UK's, the rest heading over. So the end of NXT UK, as it expands into Europe. So with Europe, it sounds like it's going to be more inclusive, which I am definitely excited for. But NXT UK, sadly, I didn't watch a whole lot of it, but from what I've seen, NXT UK looked to be really, really good. And even with the pandemic, without people there, hopefully it didn't slow down too much. I don't think it slowed down too much, although it definitely was rocked by the pandemic. With some superstars such as like Jordan Devlin being stuck overseas, and I think Pete Dunne was stuck overseas for a while as well, in the UK because of COVID and everything. But NXT UK, sorry to see you go. You produced some really great moments and really great matches, and hopefully the NXT stars do well on NXT 2.0. Although some of them are no stranger to NXT or NXT 2.0, such as like Tyler Bate, the current NXT UK champion, and the former champion who's currently injured right now, Ilya Dragunov. So can't wait to see what happens in these unification matches. Those are happening at some point in the near future, and I want to see what NXT Europe is all about. Hopefully they bring back like the European Championship. That would be pretty cool, and hopefully they do big things with it. And I want to see where NXT Europe goes. And there's supposed to be a few different NXTs. There's supposed to be an NXT India and an NXT Japan, but I think those also fell through because of the pandemic. But hopefully NXT Europe doesn't do the same. But the next thing I want to talk about is an interesting question, and this is a question I posed to my family and friends, and I'm going to pose to you guys. What two singers would you want to hear a duet from? If you could pick two random singers, alive or dead, at any era, prime, not prime, maybe, although I don't know why you wouldn't want them in the prime, but if you could pick two singers to do a duet, do a song together, or things like that, who would you pick? For me, I would like to see one between Ariana Grande and Bruno Mars. I feel like Ariana Grande's powerful vocal range mixed like Bruno Mars's old school style and his also powerful range as well, I think would complement each other really nicely, and I could see them doing a really great song together. I know they've at least least met because Ariana Grande talked about it. She talked about being nervous to meet Bruno Mars, but I want to see them do a song together. And there was some others from like the past, and then with like the present stars as well. How having those two come together, or it could be singers, it could be bands as well. So, which two singers or bands would you like to hear collaborate on a song together? And sometimes even the strangest combinations could work out. For example, like Run DMC and Aerosmith, they did the song "Walk This Way" together, but yeah, that worked out. And sometimes you gotta get a little crazy. So I want to pose a question to you guys: which two singers would you want to hear a maybe not a duet per se, but more like a collaboration from? I'd say, because maybe they have like background singers and stuff like that, but more of a collaboration. What two singers would you like to hear a collaboration from? And again, it could be past, present, or future. Past or present, I should say. Hey, the future is unknown for now, but past or present, which two singers? Let me know in the comments below. But the next thing I want to talk about is, speaking of Europe, Clash at the Castle. So it's the next pay-per-view for WWE, and it's going to take place in Cardiff, if I'm not mistaken, Cardiff, Wales. But it's the first major main roster pay-per-view in the UK in a while. I think since like Rebellion 2002, if I'm not mistaken, and I probably am. Let me know if I'm incorrect, but it's definitely being treated like a big deal. They're building towards it now, and they even bumped up SummerSlam early to July to have as much hype as possible for this event. They're treating this event like a big deal, because as I think it is going to be a big deal. And I'm expecting some major things to happen, and honestly, I'm expecting, and this is probably one of those things that would either be a great prediction or something to laugh at. Like, this will either, what I'm about to predict will either age like fine wine or age like spoiled milk. But I think Drew McIntyre may dethrone Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle. The reason for that being is pretty much give him a big win in the UK, where he's from, and or Europe, UK, pretty much same thing, but give him a big win there, or in front of the crowd, and pretty much give him the moment that he didn't get to have in 2020. Of course, Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble that year and was set to win the world title at WrestleMania, and likely have that big crowd reaction. But because of the pandemic and everything, unfortunately, that wasn't able to happen. McIntyre still won the title, but it was in the empty arena and everything, while we all had to pretty much cheer from home. And it was especially awkward because this was before WWE brought in like performance center like extras to be like the makeshift crowd and everything. And then WWE had the Thunderdome, and then WWE went back to the live crowds. But this is back where there was no crowd and nobody in the arena. Everything was dead silent. So it was really, really weird. And it was a big moment that should have felt like a big moment, but ultimately didn't because of real life circumstances. And I feel like they probably want to give him that moment in front of the fans and cheering and everything. And Drew McIntyre's teased bringing back Broken Dreams. Yes, please. Hopefully he does indeed bring it back, and hopefully we see some big stuff there in the UK, in this UK pay-per-view Clash at the Castle. And so far we've got some pretty good matches for the event. We've got Seth Rollins versus Riddle. We've got Roman versus Drew, as I mentioned. We got Sheamus versus Walter / Gunther. That one I'm excited for. We may possibly, it's kind of close to the event, we may possibly get Johnny Gargano versus Austin Theory, because Johnny Gargano returned Monday night, and pretty much now him and Austin Theory, I guess, are feuding. So hopefully they have a match as well. And at Clash of the Castle, also got Bianca Belair or Asuka and Alexa Bliss versus this new stable of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai, which apparently the new name for it is going to be Damage Control, which I don't hate it. I think it's a pretty decent name, but yeah, I want to see what they do for this event. They're already building towards it, making a big deal, which is already a good sign, but hopefully they continue to hype it up as a big deal, and hopefully it delivers as pay-per-view. It's going to be happening at about 1 p.m. Next Saturday from this upcoming one, aka tomorrow, so next Saturday. So I'm probably going to watch it and hopefully finish it before work, so I'll have essentially about 3 hours to watch it. And so hopefully I'm able to catch it and see what happens. But lastly, I want to ask another question for you guys as we conclude the episode here is, how do you measure success? What do you define as success? Do you define success as having a lot of money? Do you define success as having happiness or stability in life? Do you measure success by what you have? Do you measure success by who you have in your life? And it's an open-ended question, obviously. You answer it based on how you view success. As in, I feel like there's no real right answer to this question, but it's an interesting question to ask. And it's a question that reveals what's most important. If what's most important to you, who is comfort, peace, stability, and everything, then you obviously measure success by if you're happy and content with your life, if you're peaceful and everything within your life. If you measure success by how much money you have, then obviously your success is what's in your bank account. And there's nothing wrong with any of your potential answers to this. How you define success is how you define success, but make sure you're clear with yourself how you define success. However you define success, make sure it's how you definitely define success within yourself, because as you define success, you'll go towards that goal of success, and you'll work towards it and hopefully achieve it. And I believe in each and every one of you. I believe each and every one of you watching this video will be successful. Well, in fact, I'm sure a lot of you already are successful. Also, congratulations to you, of course. Hats off to you. For me, my definition of success would be having comfort, or being able to be good at what I do and excel at what I do and have what I do pay dividends to several aspects of my life, and being able to say that I accomplished things and being able to show that I accomplished things. But that's my success. How do you define it? That's up to you. But without further ado, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you guys' thoughts are on anything I talked about in this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it with your friends.